Namaste everyone. So in today's short video I would like to tell you about the upcoming full moon because it's going to be a very special full moon. Special why? Because of many reasons. First of all, what we are going to experience this full moon is total lunar eclipse. And this total lunar eclipse will be actually visible in many parts of the world. You will be able to see it in India, you will be able to see it in Europe as well. So it will be very long time period, approximately 4 hours long. And the entire, this time frame when eclipse is happening is said to be very special and very sacred too, due to many different reasons. For example, it is said that whenever you're doing any spiritual practice during this exact time, this practice, is getting in a way multiplied. And why is that so? Because during the time of the eclipses, you have this perfect alignment between sun, moon and earth. And this perfect alignment between these two luminaries and our planet itself is also, providing perfect alignment in our inner state, perfect alignment in our inner universe. Because after all, sun and moon, what do they represent, right? Sun is representing masculine energy, divine father. Moon is representing feminine energy, divine mother. And they are also representing Ida and Pingala, two energy channels in our energy body, which are actually culminating and finishing here in third eye chakra. This is why we also say that two of the luminaries, sun and moon, are also strongly connected to our third eye chakra. This is why eclipses in general, they have this very strong, purifying, uplifting energy. But because they're also so transforming, they can bring some breakthroughs in our life. They can transform something very intensely in our lives too, which is why it is said that it's better to actually not look directly at the eclipse. It doesn't matter whether it is solar or lunar eclipse, and even not to go out of the house, to not get too influenced by the energy of the nodes, Rahu and Ketu, but to stay inside, rather go deeper in your inner universe, because this is how you will harness the energy of the eclipse in the most constructive way. Because then you will use this transformative energy to actually transform your inner universe, to purify you and to uplift your consciousness. This full moon is also going to be more special because this exact full moon in the year is known as Guru Purnima. It's a day where all the teachers, all the masters, all the gurus are venerated all around the world. It is said that also the blessings of the guru or the blessings of your spiritual master are, more profound, deeper, stronger during this exact full moon. So it's really extremely special that this exact full moon is actually overlapping with total lunar eclipse as well. Because definitely many profound spiritual changes are going also to happen within ourselves. And you can actually really see that, and I also see that in the people who come to me, for the readings, for analyses, that they really do say that, suddenly just awakens in them this need to actually meet their guru, Suddenly this need to actually uplift their consciousness, to find some inner guidance, awakens inside of them. So if you are one of such persons, and if you are looking, towards meeting your guru in this lifetime, because I can really tell you from my personal experience, there is no greater blessing that you can possibly get in life than actually meeting enlightened master who will actually accept you as his disciple. And if you really have this deep yearning within yourself, master will come, master will enter into your life. And definitely if you're going to pray for that during this exact full moon when total eclipse is going to happen, surely you are going to be blessed with the presence of your master in your life. Because it is said that even without the eclipse, already the full moon on Guru Purnima is extremely potent. My own guru, my guru, that he said that if you think about the moon or look at the moon during exactly Guru Purnima, actually your wishes are going to be fulfilled, especially if they are spiritual, if you really focus on your intention. So focus on your intention wisely, because this is going to be very potent and very powerful full moon. But in order to focus on your intention, first of all your mind must be calm, because if your mind is not calm, if you have lots of confusion in your mind, then you also won't be able to actually focus on your intention. So to make this full moon even more special, this full moon is going to happen in Shravana nakshatra, but more specifically in Abhijit, portion of Shravana nakshatra, you know, so-called 28th nakshatra. And Abhijit portion, you know, of Shravana nakshatra is actually very, very auspicious too. It is said that Shravana nakshatra, you know, is governed by Lord Vishnu, the cosmic sustainer, while Abhijit nakshatra is governed by Shri Krishna, you know, who is one of the incarnations of Lord Vishnu himself. And this is why, you know, this specific full moon is going to be very, very special and very beautiful, I believe. And one of its main lessons is going to be the lesson of humility. Why humility? Because Abhijit is actually original 22nd nakshatra. And what is 22nd nakshatra? You know, even if you actually don't count Abhijit, in fact, if you count the nakshatras from Ashwini from the beginning, and if you take Abhijit out, then still Shravana will remain original 22nd nakshatra. And 22nd nakshatra from your moon or from your Tara is called Vinashika. Vinashika literally means destruction. However, it doesn't mean literal destruction, you know. It most often shows, you know, where our ego needs to be destroyed, where we need to overcome our ego, where we need to surrender more, you know, in front of life, in front of God, and just bow our head down. And why is that so? Because, you know, even Shravana nakshatra is so strongly connected with actually Vamana avatar of Lord Vishnu, you know. The Lord who came in a very humble form, in a form of a child, you know, in the form of a dwarf. But still he actually, you know, defeated the king, the mighty king, just with his humility. Because he just came to this king and asked him for 3 steps of land. You know, and then the king, the mighty king Bali Maharaj was laughing of him and saying, you know, I am a mighty king, I can give you loads of land. How can you ask only for 3 pieces of land? And then Vamana avatar said these beautiful words, you know. He said, if I can't be satisfied even with 3 pieces of land, with what else will I be satisfied? We should never be greedy, you know. That's the message from Shravana nakshatra. We should be satisfied and pleased with what we receive. And that's also, you know, how we are healing Jupiter. Actually, Vamana avatar himself is connected with Jupiter, right? Each of the avatars of Vishnu represents the energy of certain planet. And Vamana avatar represents this expansive energy of Jupiter. And when Jupiter is unhealthy, then either he becomes overly expansive or like constantly not satisfied with himself or with what he receives in life. And the best way to actually heal Jupiter, heal the guru, you know, in our own chart, is through gratitude and humility, feeling grateful for what you already have, you know. And this is why Vamana avatar, he asked only for 3 pieces of land, but then he expanded himself. He became huge. And with just first of his step, he covered, you know, the entire, you know, universe visible to our eyes. With the second step, he also covered the entire astral and casual world, you know. And then he said to King Bali, you know, what else can you give me? You promised me 3 pieces of land, but I already covered the entire universe with my 2 steps. And then Bali Maharaj understood, you know, how egoistic he was, how proud he was, how arrogant he was. And he just bowed his head down and said, please place your first footstep on my head. So we may experience around the time period of this full moon and total lunar eclipse that also some sort of humbling experience can happen in our life. That we can experience something like that. And we shouldn't take it as something bad, you know. We should really just take it as the lesson for our own ego. The lesson of becoming more humble. And this influence is even strengthened by the fact that Saturn himself will dwell during the full moon in the 12th house from the moon, in the sign of Sagittarius, and more specifically, he will be in retrograde motion and in Mula nakshatra, which is the Mula Trikona placement for Guru, for Jupiter, for cosmic teacher. So definitely we may expect that certain powerful life lessons may come into our life during this time period. And the best way, you know, how to welcome this, the best way how to actually stay open for that so it doesn't become too transformative, is to really try to stay humble, try to stay open, and to really, you know, just bow our heads down to the Supreme Guru, to the Supreme Master, you know. This is why it's always said that the mind of the disciple should be always focused on the feet of the Master. So we never keep our head up, you know, but that we always keep our head down and always look towards the feet of the Master. Saturn himself actually represents feet, isn't it? So definitely this is going to be a very, very powerful time period and a beautiful time period if you want to connect more with your guru, if you want to do more of your sadhana, and if you want to experience some powerful spiritual transformation in your life. So that was just a very short video from me about upcoming Guru Purnima and total lunar eclipse. And I am sure that many positive transformations are awaiting for you in life as well during this special time period. So I really wish you a beautiful and profound Guru Purnima. Doesn't matter whether you are spending it in the ashram with your guru or if you are spending it in your home. You know, this influence, you know, after all, and like all planetary influences, are to be experienced deep within yourself, and the connection with the guru, after all, is also always to be experienced deep within yourself. So I really, really sincerely wish you a blessed time. Namaste.